Have you ever felt so frustrated or done, or you're like, something needs to change? Then you're going to want to listen to this episode because I'm going to talk about the 5 signs. It's time to draw a line in the sand. And I have had times in my life where I've had to draw a line in the sand. I'm going to talk about that today, give you the 5 signs so that you know if it's time for you. But if you're probably listening to this, you're probably feeling a little bit that way already. So I'm going to talk about the 5 signs. I'm going to talk about the 3 steps of what you need to do next when you're feeling like you need to draw that line, right? So let me start off by like, what does it even mean to draw a line in the sand? This is your wake up call, right? So this phrase is really, it's a metaphor, and it means really to set that like firm boundary, or like you can't go past this, or a clear non-negotiable decision. So that could be for your own life. So rather than a boundary to others, it could be just some decision for your own life. And it's is that like point, that line which you refuse to go over or into. And it could be in relationships, it could be with work, it could be your personal well-being, it could be any area of life. But we want to be able to do this now. Now, if you're feeling any of these 5 things, reason being is if you're not going to set boundaries, if you're not going to reclaim yourself, especially as a high achieving woman, you know what's going to happen? You're going to be so exhausted, so burnt out that there's going to be an extreme. So I've seen this in the way of getting extremely sick, burnt out, anxiety attacks, having to quit their job, having to stop their business, leaving a marriage when that was not the issue. So many things can happen, almost like a blow up, an explosion. So we want to draw a line in the sand if any of these 5 things are happening. Sound good? Okay, let's go through them. So the 5 signs that you need to do this. First is you're feeling exhausted, you're feeling depleted, and this is a constant. So it's not just once in a while, it happens a lot. And so you're running on empty. You're always giving but never replenishing. Life feels like a never ending to-do list. And you're like, how can people even sit and watch TV? Like, I have so much to do. Or if you are sitting to watch TV, you're thinking, I have so much to do. I'm just procrastinating. And you don't even get to rest or relax. And so you're feeling like, when was the last time that I felt energized? When was the last time that I had an abundance of energy and that I didn't have all these to-dos on my mind? I've had times where I would work every day rather than just weekends being off. I would work in the evenings. I would work on vacation, and I just kept being pushed. I'd miss important things, or I would have a day off, but I'd be so exhausted. I'd get sick, or I just have to lay there and do nothing. I couldn't go and do anything fun. Now, this is an extreme. You might not be to that point. You might just feel like, oh, yeah, the pressure of my to-do list, or I'm feeling like there's a lot going on, or I'm feeling a bit tired. And so it could be the extreme, or it could be the start of the extreme. But this is one way you might have to draw a line in the sand. The second one is you feel invisible in your own life. And this is because we have so many titles, so many roles that we have to take, right? We're a mom, we're a leader, we're a partner, we're a volunteer, we're a sister, we're a friend, we're a neighbor. Like, let's go on and on and on. And so, because of all these titles, you've really lost that sight of your true self. Like, who am I now? Who am I? And so what happens is empty nesters, who am I now without the kids here? You think about maybe changing your role. Who am I now? And you're showing up for everyone else, but not enough for yourself. And you may be like, no, I do show up for myself. I go to the gym or I take myself to get my nails done. But are you truly showing up for yourself? Is there time and space to show up for yourself? So some signs of this, you might feel a bit disconnected. You might feel overlooked by others of like, well, no one ever asks me what I need. And sometimes I feel like that with my family because I do serve them so much and I do care that unless I speak up for my needs, it's like they don't matter. Like nobody asked me if I needed a drink. Nobody asked me what I wanted to do on this vacation. but I'm asking everyone else. And that's what we do as women. That's what we do. We care for everyone. The third way you might have to draw a line in the sand is you are checking boxes, but you still feel unfulfilled. So you're like, okay, I have like a home and I have a good job or the business I want, and I just achieved that project, and I just did this, and this is great. And I went on this vacation, and it's like, yes, 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 successful career, responsibilities managed. But even though you've had so much success, something feels off. You're like, what is it? Why am I feeling unfulfilled? Or you're asking yourself, is this really it? Like, I've worked for all of this stuff. I've worked for doing all these things. And then I'm like, is this it? Huh. You see, the misconception is more achievements, more happiness, more awards, more satisfaction, more material things, more fulfillment. It's not always the case, right? Because we may get that thing and then not have the full fulfillment or the satisfaction or the happiness. We try to fill it with something else because maybe the things we're filling our life with aren't really the things that light us up, that get us going, that we're in resonance around, an energy. So it takes us to the next point. You've forgotten what lights you up. You say, well, I don't even know what lights me up anymore. Huh. When I was younger, I loved this. I love that. Or, oh, when I see that, I like long for that. Well, in this case, you might be at a point where passions, joys, they've really hit a back seat. And why? Obligations, responsibilities, goals. You're driven, right? So you're getting a lot of things done. And well, there's just no time for your passions and your joy. Or you don't remember the last time you did something just for yourself, just for yourself. A hobby, a passion, something you really want to do. And the shift is starting to realize joy isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Joy, happiness, fulfillment, satisfaction is not the secondary ROI, return on investment, for your goals. It should be one of the first. So we stop measuring our life according to success. We measure our life based on our satisfaction, fulfillment, joy, and happiness. Okay, the last reason why you need to draw a line in the sand is you know something needs to change, but you feel stuck. So you look at like, oh, wow, like I have all this success, or I have all these things that are going well for me, or all these things that I'm busy, but something's off. So maybe you're not even aware that life isn't how you want it to be. Right? You're like, is that what it is? Is there something off? Okay, so something's off. And why isn't life how I want it to be? But I don't know what's wrong, and so I don't know where to start. And then if you think, well, maybe I need to remove some things so I can do some other things that I want. Maybe you have a fear of disappointing others, or maybe you'll make the wrong move. Like maybe I should quit my job. Maybe I should find new friends. But you've frozen because you're thinking like, I don't know. I don't know what the next step is. I don't have the clarity there. I don't have the confidence to do that. So the key insight here is that discomfort, that fear, that's going to keep you stuck. And that stuckness is so much worse than the discomfort of change or the chance that you're going to hurt someone, annoy someone. Because really, when you put yourself first, people will not always like it. And that's because you're not making every single one of their needs the top priority anymore. And you know, it's going to be okay. Because what if they put themselves as a priority and you put yourself as a priority? You'd have extra to give each other, right? So those are the 5 ways you know that you need to draw a line in the sand. I'll go through them again. You feel constantly exhausted and depleted. You feel invisible in your own life. You're checking the boxes, but still feel unfulfilled. You've forgotten what lights you up, and you know something needs to change, but you feel stuck. So what do you do next? What do you do next if you're like, I know I need to draw a line in the sand, but what do I do, Diane? Well, first, Congratulations that acknowledging that change is necessary. This is the first step, right? Awareness is key. Once you're aware that this is something that needs to happen, then you can make a conscious change. Because a lot of times we make unconscious changes. We just quit the job, or we ditch the friend, or we leave our marriage, or we run away, or we buy the expensive car, whatever it may be in your midlife crisis. But just acknowledge that change is necessary. First step. We don't need to wait till we hit rock bottom. We don't need to wait till we have an anxiety attack, or we're burnt out, or we get a terrible diagnosis. We don't have to wait for that. So first, acknowledge. Step 2, get support. Women struggle asking for help, and we shouldn't. The smartest people out there are the ones asking for support and asking for help. And you have to stop trying to do it all alone. We are not meant to be silos, especially as women. We are meant to be in community, meant to be with our tribe. And the greatest growth comes from that coaching, mentoring, someone in your corner that has a desire to see you succeed and the knowledge and expertise to help you get there, right? And then the third is, once you've drawn that line in the sand, you get to reignite your passion, reignite the spark that is in there. You're just like, where'd it go? And can I fan it and make it stronger? So just start small. Get some help, get that support to help you figure out what your passion is, what that spark is, and make some space for it. A little bit of joy every single day. And the last part around that reigniting your passion in step 3 is really, what are the non-negotiables for happiness? Is a non-negotiable having a walk in the forest every day? Is a non-negotiable having Sundays free? Is a non-negotiable not starting your workday at 5 a.m. every day and only working 35 hours a week? It's still a lot of hours. Maybe only working 20 hours a week. So that's the 3 steps. Those are the 5 reasons why you probably need to draw a line in the sand. And now here's the invitation. You don't have to settle for burnout, exhaustion, or feeling disconnected. The next step for you, after realizing that and acknowledging and the awareness that you need to draw a line in the sand, is to join my new program called Reignite. Reignite is a 90-day one-on-one coaching program with me. It is new. It is fire. I'll tell you that. I'm going to put the link in the notes. You can check it out. I've got 3 spots where I'm going to help women to reignite who they are, to be able to reconnect with whatever it is that they were before, right? Because so often we are already amazing. It's not about changing who we are. It's about reigniting that, reconnecting with that, right? It's time for a change. You know it. You've accomplished so much. You've checked the boxes. You've had the successful career, or the busy life, or the thriving family, all of these things, and it's everything you've ever wanted, but it's now time for you. You're exhausted from juggling it all. You've lost the most important thing, yourself. So I encourage you, go check it out. You have until February 21st, or until the 3 spots are taken, to jump into Reignite. Either way, if you're ready, the link is there. You can just go in and sign up. There's a full pay or payment options. If you're not sure if it's right for you, there is going to be a little form you can fill in. I'm happy to have a one-on-one conversation with you to discuss, to see if it is the right fit for you, because I know there's a fire still inside of you, and I want to work with you to be able to help you to reclaim that spark, to be able to stop living life on autopilot. And it's not going to take 6 months or years to do. It's going to be a 90-day process, right? Don't have to reinvent yourself. We're going to uncover that bold, vibrant version of you that has been buried underneath the busyness and the expectations. And we're going to replace that overwhelm together with joy. We're going to ditch the shoulds and help you to really, truly shine that light again. This is your wake up call. This is your time to stop playing small and to start fully living. Let's reignite together. If you have any questions, reach out, Diane at DianeRolston.com. And make sure you hit subscribe, share with a friend. If there are any topics that you'd like me to cover, please reach out to team@DianeRolston.com. And if it is beyond February 21st, 2025, when you are hearing this, feel free also to reach out to see if I'm running this program again, or you can check the landing page that talks more about it. Until next time, stay dynamic.